House resumes its sitting. You may be seated. Honorable members, I thank you for your indulgence for our adjournment this morning. I do hope you had the opportunity to have a good lunch, and I know that you did use the time to do some additional work as it relates to further business of the House. I therefore call upon the Honorable Single Island Wide Electoral District Member, Mr. Kyle Hodge.
Madam Speaker, good afternoon to you, good afternoon to the House, and good afternoon to the people of Anguilla. Madam Speaker, I beg leave to move motion for the suspension on Rule 32 to allow motion 8-2026-2/13 House of Assembly to be moved.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Leave is granted for the suspension of the rules pursuant to Rule 32. You may move your motion.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much. I hereby move the motion for the suspension of Rule 32.
Is there a seconder?
Madam Speaker, I rise a second.
It has been moved and seconded that the rules be suspended pursuant to 32 in respect of notice of a motion to be moved. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The ayes have it. Motion 8 of 2026, I invite the honorable member.
Madam Speaker, I'd like to read the motion.
I invite you to move the motion, the substantive motion. We'd move the motion to suspend the rule. I'll invite you to move the actual substantive motion 8, and then I'll invite a seconder, and then I'll allow you to proceed.
Okay. Madam Speaker, I move the motion, the declaration of compulsory acquisition of land.
Is there a seconder? Motion 8 of 2026.
Madam Speaker, I rise a second.
Thank you. Honorable member, you may proceed with your address.
Thank you. Thank you for the exercise as well. Madam Speaker, motion number 8-2026/2/13 House of Assembly in the matter of compulsory acquisition of land. I now read the resolution. Whereas it is enacted by Section 2 of the Land Acquisition Act, RSA CL 10, that if the Governor and Council considers that any land should be acquired for a public purpose, he may, with the approval of the House of Assembly, cause a declaration to that effect to be made by the Secretary to the Executive Council in a manner provided by that section. Whereas the Governor and Council has approved the acquisition of lands for the public purpose of developing the National Track and Field Facility and associated infrastructure, more particularly described in the declaration and schedule attached hereto. Now, therefore, it is hereby resolved that the House of Assembly signifies its approval for a declaration being made as required by said act for the acquisition of those lands as described in the declaration and schedule. And with your permission, Madam Speaker, can I read the schedule?
Yes, you may proceed.
Thank you. Proprietor Evelyn Ophelia Hodge, on behalf of the heirs of the estate of James Emmanuel Hodge, deceased. Registration section, Carl's Pond, block 69014B, parcel 10, approximately 14 acres. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, honorable member. Does any other member wish to speak in respect of motion 8 of 2026? I recognize the honorable single island-wide electoral district member Vanderpool.
Thank you for the opportunity, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I simply rise in support of my honorable colleague in advancing this motion, and I want to commend him as well as his permanent secretary, the team at Lands, the team at Chambers, and everyone involved, because they would not have seen the mammoth effort that it took to prepare everything and get us here today. But I just want to reassure the listening public that they're working hard. We all know the purpose for this motion, and I think that ultimately it's one that we can all get behind and support. So once again, I just want to commend the team and offer my support. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I recognize the Honorable Single Island White Electoral District Member Brian.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also rise in support of this motion, and I also like to thank and congratulate the Minister Kyle Hodge and his team for the great work that they've done to push this forward. It's of great necessity, and the persons that will benefit from this is our youth. So looking forward to the next steps.
Thank you, Member. Does any other member wish to speak? I recognize the Honorable Member for West End.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I too rise in support. As a former athlete, again, I understand the needs for facilities. I also understand the need for support. So as Minister of Sports, I stand in great support. And I thank my colleague responsible for lands and his team for the efforts that has taken us to this point today. So thank you, Madam Speaker.
Speaker, I thank you, and I thank the members of the House for their support in this motion here today. Madam Speaker, this motion speaks to track and field, something that has long been wished for in Anguilla. Many administrations, would have planned. Many administrations would have held discussions with many people. Administrations would have looked for locations. And we are finally at the point, Madam Speaker, where we are taking the necessary steps in order to make better for the youth of Anguilla who are involved in track and field. It's been a long time in coming, and this process continues. And I am excited, and I'm happy that the people of Anguilla this day know that we continue to work on behalf of them. We continue to put the interests of the youth in front. So I thank the members for their support. I thank the Department of Lands, Executive Council. I thank the Attorney General Chambers. I thank the family involved as well, because it's a collective effort. Government and private individuals. So I rest my case, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I shall now put the question. The question is that Motion 8 of 2026 of this Honorable House becomes a resolution of the Assembly. Those of you in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. The ayes have it. Motion 8 of 2026 is a resolution of the House. Any other orders of the day?
Adjournment?
Well, before the adjournment, I don't know if it's thinking about orders of the day. I do want to make just one announcement as it relates to orders of the day. Ms. Proctor and Ms. Hodge and I will be attending the Commonwealth Speakers Overseas Territories Conference in Cayman. We leave for that trip on Saturday, tomorrow, and we spend 1 week. This is the first time that this assembly has supported sending our support staff, and we are taking Ms. Hodge for very obvious and good reasons. She monitors the purse in here, and she monitors the money in here. And one of the mandates of our strategic plan this year, and I asked Mr. Proctor this year, what will you have me to do this year? And one of our mandates is in respect of the House Commission and the separation of the House as one of the fundamental principles of democracy. So we've had an orientation, and we've included Ms. Kayla Richardson as well, who's also going to be traveling in June, but we'll speak about that closer to the time in respect of building our team from inside and within and cross training. The exposure for Ms. Hodge this week with us is that she will be allowed to shadow the Cayman Administration Committee in respect of how they were able to set up and separate themselves from the other branches of government so that we could move towards the direction as recommended in our benchmark reports. So as part of our orientation, all of the staff, we're going to review our benchmark report, we're going to review our strategic plan, and we're going to prepare and support Ms. Hodge while we're at the Speakers Conference in shadowing other resource persons in Cayman Islands as well, and building networks that can assist, as well as our colleagues in the BVI, which is the most recent parliament in the region that was able to successfully separate and constitute themselves. We're taking Ms. Hodge because, of course, that depends on money, and we want her to understand the intricacies of how finance and budgeting and management of the house operates. While we're there, they've asked us to speak on our management of our house, the administration committee. So we're going to make a presentation, and when we return, we're also going to make a presentation back to our members to report on the scope of what was undertaken in the Caymans. So, of course, traveling most is to us, and I also want to indicate that Mr. Rogers is going to be representing us as a body for the Anguilla Day celebrations in the UK. So we also bid him safe travels, and I think anyone else that's traveling that I might have missed, we welcome you back safely. Don't forget that our Anguilla Day celebrations do not go to the park on the 31st. It's going to be on the 1st of June. And be sure to wear your Anguilla colors. I commend the members that did wear theirs. I didn't because I thought it was a little too early, but you're absolutely right. We are 12 because we don't have another sitting before. So until then, we'll see each other on the park on June 1st. Does any other member wish to share anything at this point? If not, I will allow the adjournment motion to be moved. The ayes have it. And thank you as well to our ancillary and support staff that remained a bit after hours. Have a pleasant evening, everyone.